After the show last episode, Marcus Johansson was traded for Eric Staal. And Marcus Johansson had just signed from free agency, had just signed with Buffalo. And it's interesting because Eric Staal has put up great numbers in Minnesota and was loved there. But Eric Staal, we thought he was getting long in the tooth before. He is 35 years old. But still put up similar numbers to Marcus Johansson last year. 19 goals, 28 assists. Marcus Johansson with 9 goals, 21 assists, and costs more.
Yeah, Staal is the better producer. Johansson, I believe, has the better underlying numbers. Staal put up, I think it was back-to-back really good seasons, underlying numbers. This past season was a bit of a struggle. Now, the Buffalo Sabres suck. Very good. So, what do they need? Better players. True. That would be true for most teams. You need better players. Ryan O'Reilly talked about not enjoying hockey anymore and then went on to win the Conn Smythe the next year with a different team. That's how bad the atmosphere is in Buffalo. This is a brilliant move for them, I think, even if Staal proves to be the worst player.
Why?
They don't have Eric Staal to outscore Marcus Johansson. They have Eric Staal to get Jeff Skinner to score more than 11 goals. Eric Staal was a former teammate of Jeff Skinner, right? So he's coming in there. He's going to take some of the leadership burden off of Jack Eichel. And out of all the guys I talked to in St. Louis at the All-Star game, Eric Staal was a pleasure. I think he was the best one I spoke to. And the former Stanley Cup champion, he's been in the league for 400 years. There's nothing he hasn't seen before. I just feel like personality-wise, he is absolutely exactly what that team needs. And if he puts in 15, maybe 20 goals as well, holy shit. It's well worth it. And in terms of actual money, the Minnesota Wild, once again, take on an additional $1 million. Isn't it hilarious that I went on my rant about the Minnesota Wild last show, and within an hour, they took on another $1 million?
Dollars.
More than announcing
$1 million. Dollars. Buffalo dollars.
$1 million, don't you know? And then they announced they weren't going to bring back Mikko Koivu. Okay. I don't know. I don't understand. If you're Bill Guerin, what the hell's why? How did you make the Minnesota Wild better by doing that?
I think Dom Lucian and Sarah Sivian are going to be the stars of our show today because Dom made a really good point, as he often does. And
disagree.
He
put this on your chart.
Counterpoint. Don basically said that he's like, I don't know what it is with people who go into Minnesota, but it's like they go in and it's like they need to galaxy brain everything, and they don't. But he said it was like, why does every GM come in like Fenton did before, like Fletcher did before, and go, I'm going to try to overthink everything? And this trade to me from Minnesota seems like an overthink. Why do you need Marcus Johansson? Yeah, you see him as a centerman, but what is he? Okay, so his underlying numbers are good. But that's a lot of money to bring in for a guy that scored 9 goals last year.
So I don't remember.
Who might be a center.
That's another important thing.
He's not naturally, like, they didn't bring him in as a center in Buffalo, I don't think even. Did they?
I think they brought him in that way, and then he slowly was not one. I don't remember who I was reading, if it was Sportsnet.ca or maybe it was Michael Russo with The Athletic, but they talked about Bill Guerin wanting to disrupt the room. He didn't like the room, thought it was way too comfortable in Minnesota. But to me, taking Eric Staal out of a room improves nothing.
Yeah.
Improves absolutely. Out of all the guys to take out, that's the one. I mean, if his sole mission was to get everyone's attention on the team, I think mission accomplished.
Yeah.
He definitely did. He got rid of the fun dad. But now, who needs a fun dad more than the Buffalo Sabres? Like, I don't know. To me, it's one of those deals that I frankly don't care how it shakes out on paper. I just think it's a better move for the Sabres. And from the Wild's perspective, I don't understand the purpose. It's a higher cap hit, higher dollar amount.
Don't get it.
Less production. What
What's the goal here?
What was the motivation?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it either. I'm with you. I don't understand it.
I understand you want to disrupt the room while taking Eric Staal out of a room that's already about to lose Mikko Koivu.
Yeah, you're losing the captain already.
Is a hell of a way to do it. I haven't heard the greatest things about Ryan Suter.
Really?
In that room. Oh, yeah.
The other thing I do want to, Mikko Koivu's name is interesting because, yes, he's a veteran, he's older, whatever. Was the captain for years. I got a ton of messages, obviously, from Leaf fans going, what do you think about him on the third line? Is he cooked?
You know, we loved the way Jason Spezza played this year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You want to put him on the third line?
No.
That's how I feel. Mikko Koivu in 55 games this season had 4 goals, 17 assists, 21 points. Like, with a lot of time off, you know, maybe he can be one of those guys who...
I want to know how hard he plays, you know?
Well, this is the thing, right? This guy's 37.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be 38 halfway through next year.
But how hard are the miles? And they're hard miles.
They're hard-ass miles.
Yeah.
He's
a good leader,
that guy's been Mikko Koivu for a long time. That's hard. It's hard to be Mikko Koivu.
Is he a guy that you can trust on the penalty kill, though? Is he a guy that's the thing, is that what I like about a guy like Mikko Koivu is if you could, he makes more sense than even a guy like Spezza does. Because if you can get him at a reasonable deal and he's your fourth line center and he's able to take penalty kill minutes, then all of a sudden that's sort of attractive because it's like you're paying low salary, low risk, and he plays more than one role. That's been the problem with the Leafs. Is like sometimes on their fourth lines, it's like this guy can only play fourth line minutes. He can't play any specialty teams.
But the thing with Spezza, who I would like to see come back, and thing with Koivu, you know, they keep talking about like the guys who could be out of town. And Pierre Engvall's name is coming up in those conversations more and more. And I'm just looking at how he played in the playoffs. I grilled him for a long time because I'm like, where did that production go? He was on like a 40-point pace for a while, and then he went, I think it was like 25 games without scoring a goal, except for one on David Ayres, which gave him the win, by the way, in that God-forsaken game that none of us will ever forget. But then I saw him in the playoffs, saw him on the penalty kill. I saw him play center pretty effectively for $1.25 million. Why are we rushing this guy out the door? To bring in Mikko Koivu?
To bring in a
38-year-old almost?
I don't think that's what the Leafs are thinking.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're seeing. I'm sure they'd but the thing is that he's got to slot in I think Kerfoot's going to go, and I think Andreas Johnson's going to go.
Good. Keep Engvall. Do those two things. Keep Engvall. There's no reason to trade a cap hit like that.
Or Kerfoot's going to go and Johansson stays. But
whatever. There's no reason to trade Pierre Engvall. I just like to plant my flag in that right now, unless you get great value back. But I don't know how anyone watched the playoffs and saw people gush about the fourth line. It was Engvall. He was the straw who stirred the drink. So many times the Leafs look dead in the water, and then he gets out there. Whee! He's impossible to miss. He's the world's fastest giraffe. I've never seen a giraffe skate like that. Should put him on a line with Tony. But Koivu, I get it's the Leafs. I get fans get excited.
He's not Mikko Koivu from previous years.
No, there's no reason.
He might not even be the shell of Mike Modano that showed up in Detroit.
No, he's not. Will he get stuck in? It's a shame Mike got fired, eh? Isn't it? What milestone could he have helped Mikko miss? 1,100.
1,100 games?
He can miss 1,100 games. He's 72 shy.
Jimmy Howard, by the way, has said he's probably not going to return to Detroit, but has not tabled retirement as an option.
Okay, so I saw that. And who wants to play a game called Let's Talk About How Bad Jimmy Howard Was?
Detroit was bad.
Yeah.
Dude, he had an 882 with a record of 223 and 2. He had 27 games where he was the goalie of record. What's 27 times 2? Help me, I'm stupid at math. That's 54 points up for grabs?
Yeah.
He got the Red Wings 6. Holy God! There's no way he is given an NHL job out of camp. I could see him going to the AHL, proving that he still got it, and then coming up. Any team who gives him an NHL job out of camp, I don't know what the hell you're thinking. Jonathan Bernier somehow got 15 wins out of that god-awful group. The hell is Jimmy Howard talking about?
I can see him being the third goalie somewhere. That's not bad.
Third goalie, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, backup.
If he still wants to keep playing, let him be a third goalie. I have nothing wrong with that.
If he's willing to play in the A, I don't know.
I wouldn't even mind the Leafs picking him up. They need some depth down there if he can play in the A.